Select launch. Special instructions. Select launch. Special add tool. 6 dollars. Back. I want.
And
I want on.
show files.
$4.50. Sound. Mexican appetizer.
There we go.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you.
Welcome, human. I am ready for you.
We show onboard computer synchronization.
Roger that.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Let's rock! Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one. That's the fact. Yeah.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Is this moron number 1? Put moron number 2 on the phone.
Now, funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Yeah, I know that, dude.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Sure. That monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Oh, my heart just stopped. Ah, there it goes.
Well, for the people tuning in, today was supposed to be hell freezing over day. Didn't quite get there yet.
Nah, hell's only cool.
Yes, it's only cool. Sort of like this riff here.
Yes.
I can't get enough bass. Come on, who can't love stuff like this?
I'm down.
Do bass guys get a lot of action?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably more than the keyboard player.
I just wonder.
I think the roadies get more than the keyboard player.
Well, see, the bass guys can be like we always talk about how the guy who has the easiest job is the singer who walks in with the microphone.
Well, unless he's carrying the PA.
That's true. I never thought about it. That's true. Sometimes the singer they do haul a lot of shit.
Sometimes see, by rights the singer should carry the PA.
They should, but you know what I've noticed, and this would be a good one for you since you've been in lots of bands. I've noticed that in lots of bands that I've listened to and watched, that the drummer has a lot of the equipment, a lot of the sound equipment.
That's true, because
I've always wondered why that is. The guy who has the most expensive instrument is then in charge of.
Well, yeah. Well, see, the thing because that was the thing. Because in all the bands I was in with Russ, he not only had his gargantuan drum set, but he also had the PA.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. Is a lot of them they were the ones hauling that stuff in and setting it all up. And I was like, wow. You know, they got the prima donna guy walks in with his one guitar. Yeah.
That was never me.
Yeah, we're gonna plug in that here.
Yeah, we're gonna put this in. No, the ones I love is a singer who walks in with his wireless mic and that's it. Like, here, I'm here, let's go.
Yep.
Because that's in a sense that works out because he was the guy who always had to pick me and my crap up. So he's hauling my gear.
There you go. So I guess that works out then.
In a way, yeah.
When you have that. Now, see, somebody writes in and says constantly cutting to O'Reilly Auto Parts commercials. I don't know what they're speaking to. Now, isn't this funny? This was the second thing in my lineup of playing. Human Nature, Michael Jackson acoustic guitar.
Interesting.
I don't know why. This is one of those things like they play that game like what's on your iPod.
Right.
If you wonder what's in Dune's lineup and the music for the show, this is where it goes. So I'll pot that down.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the way it works.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, Army. It's Gators. Gators checking in from SFO, which I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that's San Francisco.
San Francisco
Airport.
I guess.
Or soft foamy orifice. No. SFO. Single female officer. No.
Right. Well, that could be.
See, Dave was good at that stuff. You know that? He was good at doing it. We don't want to say what he said NHB was.
Well, we get a stupid fucking orthodontist.
There we go. That's where Gators is. The stupid fucking orthodontist. Yeah, that's where. Because
if you're
that's
going
officially where he is.
If you're going to the orthodontist, you would be swearing a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that Novocaine, no. You just have to grin and bear it.
laugh the what's that? The sodium.
Now they say we're back on the stream. I don't know. Maybe you might be listening to I know like I've tuned in with the TuneIn app on, which is by the way pretty cool. You can get lots of stuff on there, and every once in a while they do cut in and do a commercial, usually at the first part. But maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Or we're being sponsored by O'Reilly's, which is great. We just where's hello, check.
Yeah, we want our check.
Yeah. And we don't care just anything. We just want something.
Yeah.
Jar of pennies.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, no, speak for yourself. I want my.
Well, that's true. I was gonna say if you're gonna dream, you might as well dream big.
Yeah.
That'd be one of those things. Yeah. Johnny's on his way to Dallas. Got some work to do there. Now, I did tell Johnny when he's there he doesn't know if he's gonna have time to do this. I guess it's gonna be a pretty whirlwind tour for him. Mm-hmm. And but there's a place there. Since Johnny and myself are both Atkins dudes when it comes to the the meat eating bunch.
Yeah.
There's a place there called Fogo de Chão. I have no idea how it's spelled. Just sound it out. Google will find it. And it's a Brazilian steakhouse is what it is. Where basically it's just like meat with extra meat. So
nice.
So hopefully he'll be able to find the place.
I'd like a steak with a side of steak, please.
There he goes. He says there's a kid here playing with a balloon. Figure that's supposed to be a wand. Oh, there we go. A wand with a heat on. Let's see. It says looks like. Oh, he says it looks like a phallic symbol.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Kind of scary to have that in an airport. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm surprised the security, the TSA or whatever the hell that organization.
Okay, John, because this is an HB, we want to ask, does he have a hot mom? Let's go ahead and just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Because that's really what anybody wants to know. They don't want to care.
We don't care about the kid. We want to know if the mom's bangable.
Oh, he says San Francisco International Airport. Well, SFO. I'm sorry. I don't think airport starts with an O, John.
I don't know.
Although in this day and age, when 2 + 2 equals whatever, it's not what it equals 4. It's how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that is at SFO. Well, I can't say anything. I mean, I'm from Wichita.
Yeah.
And it's ICT here for the airport. It's like who was like on vacation that day?
W was taken.
Yeah, I was like, we can't use it. That'd be just silly.
Well, it seems to be the trend of changing names. If anyone's followed the Washington Redskins thing.
Yes. That's one of the things we're going to talk about today. So, yeah, for the people just tuning in, it was supposed to be Venison today on the show, and I just realized that I had loaded up all my sounds.
You lucked out.
And I screwed up and I didn't save them. So
good one.
I did. So my jingle palette is empty of Venison sounds.
Really, you're better off without.
Oh, I know. Actually, it looks like he's online now.
Oh God.
Maybe he does show. If he does, we'll see. But hopefully he's around because I was gonna give him the other Skype address so he could be incognito. No, you know what it was? It's funny, Venison and myself. We've had a kind of a sordid past. Oh, there we go. He says trying. He says he's trying. Connection's not so good. Resetting antenna.
Well, gee, I mean, when you're jacking your neighbor's friggin' Wi-Fi. I don't know what you're friggin' expecting.
There, Dune Jumper, Skype, there. Now they just said on everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's it. But, no, we'll see. You never know. But it is the whole thing. We've had a sordid past. I mean, there's been... I got to the point where I had to finally start... I kind of went through a Damon phase where, things were... you were starting to grow ulcers. I was doing that too, listening to people on the air, and I was listening to the Venison show, and he'd say stuff, and I'd scream. And the thing is, you can't call and confront him about anything during his show.
Because he doesn't have a phone.
Yeah, he doesn't have a phone. But here's the worst part. Like, I'll play the part of Venison. Venison's doing the, Republicans are terrible. And as soon as you send him a message, it goes like this. And then we have to go to see what's going on because the Republicans are screwing everything up and just making it horrible. That's what it sounds like. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
So that's the whole thing. You can't send him a message because it cuts the stream out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Republicans screwing things up, I will have to bounce in a little bit for a minute or two as I run downstairs to get my dinner, which I just ordered as Dune was playing the opening theme.
No, you go right ahead, and we'll talk about it when you get back because
I don't have to go yet, but okay. You'll be able to tell because my ringtone, which is my single, I made a ringtone out of a part of my song that I put out.
Oh, okay.
I figured screw it. You know, so when that goes off, I'll know it's time to.
It's time to. Well, do they just? Well, I guess they don't ring. Do they have like the little button thing where they push and it rings?
No.
Down there.
No, my building is so ghetto that we don't have that.
You don't even have that.
No.
And you can't send the dog down with money.
Right now, I want to send the dog out a window. The 5th floor. I want to see if he bounces that much higher.
Poor dog. It's going to be one of those. At least Johnny. I guess if we get to that soon enough, you know, because I'm sure that's what he lives for, is the Killian update.
Well, the Killian update is that yesterday he found a new way to cross the street.
Oh, full speed?
No, diagonally.
That's interesting.
That's what you say.
Well, okay. That would be interesting.
You wouldn't be thinking the word interesting. You're thinking, "Holy shit, I'm gonna die."
Well, I was gonna say, when you actually come to that realization, he's going sideways.
Well, you know how intersections are like. Let's say that I'm at the lower right-hand corner of a square-based intersection.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going to the upper right-hand corner, he decided to shoot to the upper left-hand corner from the bottom right-hand corner. Okay? Which kind of violates a few vehicles' personal right-of-way, if you know what I'm saying. The only thing that may have saved my ass is that it was like 11:30 at night and there's not a lot of traffic at 11:30 at night. But there was one car who I'm sure had the shit scared out of him as this dog just decided to violate pedestrian traffic patterns.
Wow. He basically went as the crow flies.
Yeah.
He thought to himself, now like, this L-shaped stuff is just ridiculous. If I need to go over here, and that's where my ultimate. I guess you have to kind of give him credit for trying to think outside the box.
Because I don't need to cross to the other side where he went. I'm on the same side.
Oh, okay. He's thinking outside the box. The problem is he's trying to put you in the box.
No,
that's the problem.
What happened was after we did this diagonalized crossing, he shot down the wrong side street. So instead of going straight down Livingston, he keeps banking left and tries dragging me down New Street, which is nowhere close to where our destination is. And I don't know if he saw a squirrel. I don't know what.
Yeah, which they do, by the way. They do that. A squirrel! You know.
When I take him out to go to the bathroom, he sees something by where the dumpster is, and he tries dragging me forcefully to the dumpster. And so we're having our little wrestling match.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't need to go by the dumpster.
Yeah, I do. Somebody just wrote in and said, I heard an error bing. No, you just heard me save a jingle palette, actually. But I'm glad that people pay attention to that. They're so worried that I'm
really glad to see that they pay attention to background sounds and they're not paying attention to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, Damon almost died, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's all right. That's right.
I heard an error bing. Damon nearly bought farm for the second time in a month, folks.
That's
this is the second time in 30 days that Damon almost then had his life tragically cut short by a wayward, misbehaving, seeing eye dog.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be, as Venison would say.
Well, guess what? Maybe we need some of that nuts back now.
There we go. He needs to.
I especially like how it cut.
It even cut out. It's funny that even the clip I found of him was cutting out. That's what's funny. Yeah, get this.
What does that sound like to you?
Even that one does it.
Yeah.
So that you can tell I did not fake these.
That's how he saves himself from isolation.
That's true.
Can't anything on him.
Yeah, you get it. If he does the easy stuff, so like that one right there, it can work. I can say, Venison, are you going to vote Republican next time? Yeah, so that works.
Yeah.
Or are you ignoring us?
Hey, Venison, do you think Obama's screwing up the country? Yeah, see, even Venison comes around.
Yeah, that's right. He does come around.
Right.
He does have this one though, just in case.
The Republicans fucked up Obama's recovery plan.
He has that one.
Yeah. It's all the Republicans' fault. It has nothing to do with Obama being completely and utterly inept in every single fucking way, shape, form, fashion, and phallus. No, it's all the Republicans. The Democrats could push the button, drop the bomb, and someone will say that the Republican made them do it.
There we go. Okay, somebody calling in. HB, you're on the air.
Yo, what's up? It's Gimp. I just thought I'd say hi real quick.
Gimp, what's up?
Speaking of screwing up the country.
Wow, we didn't even know you were around anymore.
We were hoping.
Oh, well, I was like, you know what? I was listening to the streams. I'm like, oh my God, I have a conversation.
I'm sorry. You know what? I got to hang on. I got to get the links out. I forgot. Everybody.
Because this is the time to get them out.
Everybody's going, no video, no video. Yeah, the video's there. Oh, God dang it! Stop. This damn. Oh, quit it.
This is the moment where I'm looking at my phone, going, "Ring, please," so I can go get my food.
Yes.
Yes, please. But no. You know, I live out on my own. I've got a nice 2-bedroom apartment in downtown Bucksport. I love it.
That's fabulous, Kim.
Oh, damn.
You know, and I love it. It's got a huge kitchen, like a nice big bathroom, 2 bedrooms, washer and dryer, nice tub, friggin' love it.
Kim got the luxury apartment, the one with indoor running water.
Goddamn right. I fucking love it. The chicks love it. I fucking love it.
Chicks dig it, man.
Wait.
Here we go. Here it is.
Back up the goddamn truck just one fucking minute. What chicks?
Oh, believe me, I've had a few hot chicks here.
Yeah, Damon, come on. He's got the hot chicks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm banging more whores than fucking Charlie Sheen on a fucking drug
okay. Now, well, you have to make it at least semi-believable.
Well, you know, you gotta love the desperate women in Bucksport, man. They have the less than thrilling men, and then they come for me, and they're like, holy shit, what have I been missing?
Where do I even begin to
where do you say? Damon goes, where do I sign up?
No.
By the way, Damon, check this out. I'm not a one-time wonder anymore. I've gotten at least laid 8 times now.
By which farm animal?
You know, the 300-pound bitch, the friggin' skinny-ass drug-addled bitch.
Oh, wait a minute. This doesn't...
You're getting some quality there.
Oh, why is this thing not working? Give me just a second. Everybody don't talk just for a second. Okay, resume. I'm trying to. This is the stupidest thing. I can't even explain how dumb this is. I'm trying to do a cut and paste off of it, and every time somebody speaks, it takes the window away from the paste from the cut window. And so, yeah, this is just this is where is Johnny when you need him? Because Johnny would be like, you know, effing Google, something like that. Yes, Dune broke the internet. Exactly what happened.
So now back to the story at hand here. So, Gimp, you've gotten laid. When was the last time you got laid?
2 months ago.
2 months. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. How can I push this window open far enough to fit my body through it? From the 4th floor. No, I'd probably still live.
Yeah.
Oh, you would.
So was it one of those? Was it a real, like, you know? Or no, it'd be more like this right here.
Goddamn right.
You say, yeah, baby.
This just.
I'm a gimpy.
Believe me,
Come to Gimpy.
I did a friggin' 300-pound bitch, and she was. Fuck. I almost broke my fucking back, man. I was fucking making her fucking come.
So you're like.
I even got a few blowjobs.
Come to Gimpy. Come on, baby. Bring it on.
I was making that fucking whore fucking come so fucking hard. It was like a fountain of youth, bitch.
All right, you don't. This is the the F-bomb. You don't have to go too crazy now.
Gimp, you're.
No, I have to say, Johnny has a good point. He says, I thought Venice was going to say the most ridiculous stuff on today's show. He was wrong.
It's Gimp the pimp.
Gimp, that's right.
Goddamn right. You should have seen the fake fucking Shanghai surprise I gave that Asian chick, man.
And yes,
she was wide-eyed and tidy.
Somebody on Facebook writes in, testing testicles. Your testicles are testing fine.
Gimp,
turn your head to the right and cough.
You need to stop applying the porn you've been reading to your real life, okay?
You know, I never thought. Did he get a hold of some of that the blind porn where it's all like in words?
I don't know.
And then.
I asked you something, Damon. Are you envious of me because did you have a girlfriend?
Envious of you?
Because you got that. It could be that thing. You could do you could make it sound like it's a movie.
That's the most ridiculous statement uttered today. And I'm envious of you. You're still trying to follow in my footsteps, you piece of shit.
Really, Damon? Because you know what? I know. Why would I want to follow in your footsteps? You're a blind prick. I got my own game, bro.
You're fucking fat loser.
How would that movie go? It'd be something like, in a world. No, that doesn't right. In a world.
Yeah.
Where only Gimp can get some.
Please, okay? My life might suck, but at least I'm not you.
Well, you know what? I've been working out. I've got the six-pack abs. I've got the fucking nice hair. I've got the fucking shit going up.
All right, Dune, hang up now.
Well, I gotta tell you one thing.
Yeah.
Automation, baby.
Oh.
I've been wanting to do that for years now.
You know, I can only hope that I got the six-pack abs without any background vocals, because that's gonna be great.
All right.
Guess what? I'm sexy and I know it, bitch.
God.
Here we go.
All right, Kim.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to go.
All right, man. Hey, have fun with Barbie doll tonight, bro.
Hey, Kim.
That's the only action in the beginning.
Gimp, listen, it's good to hear from you. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, man.
All right.
On the 300-pound twat.
That's true. That's exactly true. Okay, let's see. Did this work? He's there.
God, and the day gets worse.
He's there. Hey, that's okay. I had everything covered in case you didn't show up. I had it. So I was gonna say, like, if I asked you a question, say, so Venison, what do you think about my stories?
Uh-huh.
I had it already. Yeah. Oh, I had this one too, just in case.
Well, guess what? Maybe we need some of that nuts back now.
And it sounds.
Guess what? Maybe.
Oh, but of course I don't have to hit it twice now. And then your old favorite here.
Can you tell the definition of sedition?
There. That's a good one. Do you remember that one? I don't know if you were drinking that night or not. Well, listen, I'm glad you called in. Everybody's happy now. Everybody's writing in now. Yay. Venison's here.
Or it could be yay because you got Gimp off the phone.
That's true. I was going to say it could kind of go either way. No, I'm glad. So the bandwidth is holding. It seems like Skype works pretty good for you. I noticed. Yeah. You know what I noticed? I don't know if the people on. I may have to have you call the NHB line. I think I'm going to do that because I think there's a chance that the people on the video stream aren't hearing you. Talk again, I'll see. Venison, that's your cue. And he's gone. Hey, call back on the NHB. Do you have the NHB account on your Skype? NHB, call NHB live on Skype. Call that number if you would. Instead of the one you just called. N8. Well, no. What the difference is nobody can hear you on the video stream. Is the problem? It's on the same computer, so it's not transferring over because I have it set up as a mix minus when Johnny calls in. That's all it is. That's all it is. Okay.
Always got to be a train wreck.
Always. Well, you know what? I didn't think to check that. NHB, who's back?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, Trish?
What's going on, guys?
Nothing. What are you up to today?
Not much. Did some shopping. Stopped off at the liquor store. Went to Sports Haven. Got the horses. Oh,
all that fun. So now I'm glad you called on the phone today. Last time it was a little more fun. I got to see mammary glands when you called in. If anybody didn't watch last week's video from the show, the first hour is definitely worth seeing. Because I don't know, Damon, were you around last week? I don't know if you were or not.
No,
I don't think you were. Yeah, Trish called in and she was on video, and so I clicked over to show the video on the video, and it just so happened she happened to take and point the camera towards her front end parts. They were covered with a swimsuit, but I thought to myself, this would be a perfect time for my wife to walk in the room.
Yeah, that's all.
It would be just perfect.
Yeah. No, I was at my parents' house for my Father's Day.
Hey, Loopy's listening in. Loopy, how you doing?
What's up, Mama Loopy?
Yeah.
Mama Loopy's doing the Facebook page.
Ah, that's cool. Talk to Loopy.
Yes, but your shirt came in handy today again.
Ah, that's cool. You know what? It's good to know that Dune's shirt are good for covering up
I
front end
think as
parts.
many years as I've been donating to the NHB telethons, that's like the best thing.
You'll never have to. You should never have to buy clothes again. See, here's the problem, though. Well, I guess I still have older shirts that I can send. Because that's just it. The shirts I'm wearing now aren't near as large as they used to be. That's one thing. I know I'm no longer rocking the 5X shirts anymore. So.
Well, the one you sent me, I think it's like a 3.
Yeah, I think a lot of those are 3Xs that I had, at the button-ups and whatever.
Because the 3X.
Those were the shirts that were on.
Shirts.
Those were the shirts I was wearing on the way up to the 5X. It's sort of like that Al Roker thing. You have to kind of get there and then back off and then start again. One of those things.
Oh.
So what are you up to today? What's going on other than the shopping? Anything else?
Oh. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm off every week, and I never work weekends, so. I work Monday through Friday. And that's
That
it.
works out good. Damon, you have to work on the weekends ever? Or?
No.
Okay.
No, I would have killed myself years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
No,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna tell you, we're going to go ahead and I'll let you get going so we can get to going on what we were going to start here. It's good. It's good to hear from you, though. You take care.
I just wanted to drop the bomb and announce the big news too. I might be moving to Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say New Jersey.
I
was hoping for New Jersey.
I don't think she hates herself that much.
I was just thinking that'd be funny. And she's looking.
No,
she's
I
looking
still
for a
wanna
place
move
to stay for a
Jersey,
while.
but-
There we go.
No, you don't. You don't want to live here.
Well, Fargo's a good. You know what? At least you learn to talk funny. You get to say
Well,
things.
you know what? I had fun last vacation up there.
You get to learn how to say and stuff like that.
I mean, ice fishing was fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if nothing else, you won't get to wear your swimsuit quite as much though.
I know.
But that's okay. All right, listen. You take care.
You guys too. I'll see you next week.
All right, take care. And she's gone. So Venison, what's up, man? So the bandwidth gods are sort of in are working. I take it.
Oh crap.
Maybe not.
I'm still getting kind of low.
Well, it kind of works. I did notice
bit,
Skype works a little better though, so I figured that's what we'd stick with.
Oh yeah, the other messengers, calls don't work so good at all. Skype is about the best.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I've had a couple, like, what was it? It was it last night or the night before? I think it might have been the night before last. I had talked to Sir Mars. I had mentioned. I said, man, there's nobody doing a live show. Nobody. He said, well, maybe Venison will go on and do one. And lo and behold, you come on. But lo and behold, it wasn't you. I never. Well, it was you. It just wasn't. You then. It was you then. It wasn't you now. It was you. Does that make sense? Oh my! I just went plaid.
Oh, there's an automation.
Yeah, it was an automation. Yeah, that's what it was. I think it was on HKC or something like that. It's really hard to figure out which is which. That's the whole thing. Is I don't know the history of how many years you've done that or whatever. And I thought that's one of the things I wanted to ask because I really don't know these things. So it'd be kind of interesting to find out because I was trying to think back to my first dealings with even hearing your name, and I think it had to go back to most likely the Forge, because I think weren't you and Forge, were you like friends years ago or something like that? Is it?
Well, yeah.
Well, that's what I thought. I think that's where I first
used to live around here.
That's what that's what I was thinking because I think that's when I first started hearing your name. And for whatever reason, I don't know if this is one of those Alzheimer's things for me, but for what I have in the back of my head is somebody saying, it's that guy who's using the CB microphone. Am I thinking about the right cat? Okay, because
yeah, CB radio microphone,
and it was kind of tinny sounding or whatever, and then I am.
Yeah, it was a D104.
Okay, hey, I remember those power mics.
Mm-hmm.
Big lollipop looking things, right?
Uh-huh.
So you should be proud that I even know that. So you had no idea I used to be a CB nut, huh?
Yeah, the electric lollipop. That was about the only microphones that I had.
Yep. I used to years ago. I was, that's what's really funny is I was thinking when I got into that it was I don't even know why, but my dad was nice enough. I had a Radio Shack, like a 5-channel 5-watt walkie-talkie. I thought I was catch me out around I'd ride around that thing on my bicycle. I thought I was really cool. Then I ended up getting an antenna for the house. And I hooked it up to the antenna of the house. Boy, and it was really cool. I could talk all over the place. Well, I thought I could anyway. I could, up to and including like 5 miles away. Ooh, or something like that. But it was fun.
Going back my memory for you. The first thing I went there and used was a Lafayette 1.5 watt.
Yes, yeah, I was going to say that's a really old one. But that's the whole thing. I just think over the years, and then it kind of went away. Because I do remember that was old enough back in. I'm trying to think what year that would be. Early 70s, I guess. And the whole thing, I do remember somebody telling me, well, you won't be able to use this in about a year. It was through the sunspots. That's when the first time I ever heard the word sunspot. That was the whole thing, is the sunspots were going to ruin the industry. CB radios were never going to work again, and I was just like, ooh, that's horrible. And of course, my dad almost didn't buy it from me because of that. And then I thought to myself, hey, I think we lost him.
Well, the sunspots definitely ruined the CB band, that's for sure.
No, okay. The whole thing, but they still worked though. They did still work. But I thought that was kind of funny though that I almost. And the funny thing, this was a guy at Montgomery Ward's, of all places. That's where I went to go buy my CB radio. Why not? Because it was there, I guess. But I thought this guy that works at Montgomery Ward's is telling my dad about the CB radio that won't work next year, and he's trying to sell him one. How does this work? Unless my dad paid him. I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. But anyway. So I thought it was kind of cool.
After they bought the radio, it's like, by the way.
Yeah, by the way. But no, I never got into the amateur stuff. Just the CB radio stuff. And the really funny thing is it looking back, I just, I was always so afraid that, it's almost like this picture I had in my mind of the evil FCC person that would come around and like snatch you out of the dark of night and take you to jail if you dared utter a bad word on the radio. So I always minded my business. And I was really careful. Well, it's really funny how I think you're right. I mean, that's where the whole cleanliness thing came from, because I was always so afraid of that. And then looking back, I thought to myself, wow, what was I scared of? Now, they did have those guys. I think those guys were out there.
Sure.
Yeah, those guys were out there doing stuff. I think they were more looking for people with illegal radios or whatever, but I don't know how big of a thing that was. There probably at one time, I guess there probably was a lot of FCC people around, I'm guessing.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I mean, like nowadays, though, I would have to say that if there's an FCC person that's like connected to CB radios somewhere, he's got to be like retired, and they just never replaced him.
He's got to be bored.
Well, the thing for the years, it's really funny. Like I said, back when I was really young, and I'm talking like 12, 13, 14 years old is when I first started messing with them, and then like anything else, I learned about cars, and then radios weren't so important anymore. And then later on in life, it kind of came back, and it came back when I started driving a truck. When I turned, I was in my 20s. And then it started, like, hey, you can buy these really cool things where you can hook up to it and you can talk for a long time, and do all this stuff and talk for long ways. And that's when I started messing around with that stuff. And I started realizing I had no idea how deep the rabbit hole went on these things. Come to find out that there's these people that would be driving around town here in Wichita that had these, like, antennas that looked like they should be on a small building, with these big coffee can looking spirals on them. And running like multiple alternators on their car to run these huge amplifiers they have. And it's like, yeah, I thought, I'm small potatoes here. These guys are out trying to like melt wires on their neighbor's house or something. I don't know what the whole plan was. But of course, the bad thing was they would talk on one channel and you could hear them on every other one. You could.
Wow.
We didn't need sunspots here. We just had the guy down the street with a Suburban. Is what we had. So I don't know. I'm sure that happened where you were too. They had those people, didn't they?
I think Venison's suffering from
Here,
interference.
I'll just help him out. They had those, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there. I'll just do that. that'll help. No, but it's just so funny.
When the CB radio boom happened, they just gave up on that.
Well, I just say, did you still? Because even today, I mean, those guys there's still some of those guys out there. Because I've still heard stories of the people that have the huge amplifiers in their car, and I don't know what they do with them now. I guess they still, because it seemed to me like that's one of the things that I noticed, and it was more like, I'll probably go 10 years in the past now, that almost everything on the CB radio was all Spanish-speaking people, and I was told it was just huge base stations coming up from Mexico that they were using at the time. So that's I don't know if that's what the airwaves are clogged with now. That's the big thing, but
the people who've never figured out the cell phone and the internet.
Johnny writes in. He says, second gate change. Time to walk. And he says, oh, wait, United sucks. Time to tweet. Here we go. Here we go. This is how it starts. I don't know if Johnny wants to send an FU United airline before he actually takes the flight. Yes, I'm just saying.
It's just reaching a point now where I'm ready to unfollow him because I can't.
Johnny, I have 3 words for you. Are you ready for this? Body cavity check. Those are your 3 words. Heed them.
Well, he's already through security. I mean,
well, that's true, but they can still pull him out again and go, you know what? You look kind of funny. Oh, wait, he's not in Texas yet. That's how they would talk in Texas. Boy, you're not from around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they talk like that, but I just made him sound like that.
Oh, God.
Now, were you up all night? Am I keeping you from your nap? Come on, man.
Me?
No. I think that was Venison. He was yawning.
No, that was me.
Oh, then never mind.
No, well, no, I was out late last night. After my diagonalized street crossing, I put the dog away and went back out with the cane back to the same bar. And I left the bar because people don't understand the concept of don't pet the dog.
I do like the shirt idea. You guys were discussing having a shirt for the dog that says, don't pet me, pet the owner. Yes, I do like that.
I mean, it is really bad. I get him. He's finally settled. He's laying down. He's minding his own business. All of a sudden, I feel him jump up. I turn around, and it's the girl's talking to the dog, not even acknowledging I exist. This happened last night, too. And, of course, I have to then, enforce the rule. I'm really sorry. You can't pet him while he's working. Oh, I'm sorry. And then she walks away, and I go, well, that's great. Blew another social opportunity.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're going, I got an ass hat.
Now I got to settle the dog back down, which takes a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Wow.
Just in time for another ass hat to come up. Oh, look at the dog. No!
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, I'm really. It shocks me that you have that much trouble. I mean, I guess I can understand it. It happens.
Yeah.
But,
so I took him home, and I put him in a crate, and I went back to the bar, and then I get people going, where's your dog? And I'm like, I brought him home because people don't understand the concept of don't pet a service animal.
We'll leave him alone.
Oh. And then no one talked to me the rest of the night. But I got revenge on them because I found out that the jukebox at the bar was one of those touch-tune jukebox.
Oh, yeah, the one now. Ooh, I think I see where you're going with this, but I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had the app on my phone, so I purchased some credits and tormented them with 80.
Oh, no, wait a second. I didn't know you could do this with an app. You're going to have to explain this to me. I thought you were going to say you were able to search and find your song and play it.
No.
Can you do that?
I didn't even think about that.
That's where I thought you were going. I'm thinking you're going, I'm thinking it's time to...
damn it, Dune. This is why I need to hire you as my marketing person.
There we go.
Dumbass Damon didn't think of that.
That's it. You'll have to check that out.
With I bought like 12 credits for $5, and I played Dream Theater, Van Halen, Rush, Styx, Genesis, and Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
At least if I'm going to sit here and be ignored. And the funny thing is, when you request a song, because there's songs running in the background, but when you pay to request a song, your song gets played louder.
Now,
so all of a sudden, loud Dream Theater comes slamming through the bar.
I didn't know it worked that way. I guess, see, I knew I haven't really had much experience with these things, but I checked them one time. I think we were at a bowling alley somewhere in Texas.
Actually, doing that the bat signal's going off. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we were at a bowling alley in Texas, my wife, my son, and I, and they had one of these jukeboxes he's talking about, where it's the online or whatever thing. But the cool thing was this is one of those things where it's genius, is you could actually go and pay more money to have your song put ahead of other people in the queue, which I thought was interesting and that was what was kind of fun. I sat back and kind of watched this happen. There were different genres of people there at the bowling alley. You know, this is on base there in Texas, and so you got the country people, you got the people that were listening to the hip hop, you got the ones that were just listening to top 40, the little teeny boppers or whatever, and they would go and load the jukebox up full of stuff. And somebody else would go up there, and I don't know how much it cost. That would be one of those things I'd like somebody, if anybody has any information, call, let me know, 877-642-5483, 877-NHB-LIVE, or NHB Live for Skype, if you'd like to Skype in. I'm curious about that, how much that costs. I'm going to have to look that up. But you could actually have your song played next for a certain amount of money. Now, I can't imagine it's an absorbent amount of money, but it might be. I have no idea. Somebody writes, ever heard of 2-ton paperweight from Psycho Stick? No. Is that the name of a group? I'll have to check that out. This is where Johnny needs to be around, because he probably has heard of these things. And Johnny is the aficionado when it comes to the is that a word? Sure it is. He's the music guru of the show, of the NHB network. Matter of fact, if you missed last night, Johnny actually did a show last night, his Dollar Bin special. He does that over on the Wild Bunch station, and it's actually pretty cool. A lot of good Steely Dan he played, which I love Steely Dan. It's one of my favorite bands. But he played lots of good stuff. See, he goes deep into the Steely Dan stuff. He doesn't just play the stuff that you know. He plays the stuff from the people in the band that used to be in another band. Which is really fun, to hear, because stuff I have no idea about, and it's really cool stuff to listen to. So if you haven't listened to that show, then shame on you for missing out. But excuse me. But back to the whole jukebox thing. I don't know how these things work. Now, I had no idea there was an app you could actually. Now, it only makes sense. I mean, if you can go and the thing downloads the songs and plays them. Okay, somebody says $2 is the price of the electric jukes. Okay, is that $2 to have your song played next? Is that what that is? Because let me tell you, that adds up, because there was 3 or 4 people that I heard say, like, man, it said my song was going to be up in 3 songs or something, and then they go, well, I'll go fix it, and they go up there and they do something to make it play. So I don't know how that happened. If that was one of those things that. If they go up and, how they actually do that. But if they have this app that he's talking about, I'm sure, and if you can buy credits on the app, you can probably do this from the app. I'm going to have to look that up, because I don't know what that's actually called. Does anybody actually know what that thing's called? It's, hang on, I was putting this over there. Let me get that. Let me look on here and see. Let me bring it back to, do like they would do back in the old days. To the web! And see if I can find. What do they actually call that? Not online jukebox, is it? Oh, he says yes. That's what it is. So let's see. What's it called?
All right, I'm back.
What's that thing called? Internet jukebox, or what's it called?
What, the touch tone thing?
Touch tone. That's it.
Yeah. There's an app actually for the iPhone.
Touch tone.
Or it's touch tones, I think.
Box. What I was telling everybody is when I was bowling I went to Texas when we were down there seeing our son that was in the Army. We were at a bowling alley, and there were different people that were going up and actually paying extra money to have their songs played next.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, and that's what I wonder, is how much that cost. Somebody wrote in and said they thought it was $2.
It's the way it's done on the phone is through the phone. Is you purchase credits.
Okay.
So like 12 credits is $5. And you can request a song, at least, it may differ depending on the jukebox, but where I was at, it was $2 to request a song, and if you wanted it to have priority, it cost you another credit, so it would be $3.
Wow. So that's why, that was my whole point, is there was 3 or 4 groups of people. Like I said, there were some country people, there were some people that were listening to hip-hop stuff, there were some people that were like teeny boppers.
God.
and I would hear them because we just happened to be strategically placed in the middle, and they're like the song was supposed to play, and the girls they're our song. Well, they would go over there and they'd punch some buttons, and come back and say, well, I paid to have it put to the top.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, whoever is getting the royalties off this machine is like, ping. You want to talk about mega freaking genius. Yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah. Absolutely. Now I have to, let's see. Touchtone jukebox, right?
Yeah.
That's what that's called. Audio systems, Touchtone's home. Let's go to that one. Let's see. TouchTunes. Is it? Wait, no.
It's TouchTunes, I think.
TouchTunes. There it is. Okay, so it brings up. Okay, that's what it is. It shows these people in a bar. It says dashboard. There's a dashboard here. I just want to see how the find your. Now this is be fun. Now, do you have to be in proximity to the machine to make this happen?
I don't know.
Oh, we need to find. Yeah, it's funny how minds work alike. If we can find out where these things are, we can have some big fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, like if there's somewhere there's like a church seminar going on, and F You Like an Animal comes on, or something like that. Not that anybody would ever. Listen. I'm not saying you should do something like that because that would be wrong.
Yeah, right.
But
that would be wrong.
Operator touch, no. So this is cool. Where experiences products.
Can you search for music?
Well, that's what it says. It just says mobile app. That's not working. That's the download.
Mm-hmm.
Google Play, work with a. It doesn't seem to be okay. Experiences music. Let's see if I can do a search on here. See, here's brings the music together. I think this is more of a contact us privacy.
Well, the app is free, dude. You can just download it on your.
I can just do that. Well, you know what? Let's just make that happen. What the hell? Now, of course, the thing is, though. I mean, does it? I'm sure it probably uses your proximity to figure out where you're at. Maybe there's some safeguards built in because you know where you're going. Like I said, you go to the country club and start putting in, hip hop music. It could get ugly up in that place, especially if there's somebody there that looks like they might like that music.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't want that to happen. Not that would happen.
No, never. Not in this.
So, TouchTunes. Search. Here we go. God, I'm going to get in so much trouble with this. It's like it's bad enough. I'm the type of person I can't even go to a casino because I like to stay too long. So that's why I don't go. There it is. TouchTunes.
We're gonna have the TouchTunes support group.
You're gonna have to have it, absolutely. Well, it's free, so like you said, let's see. Password, of course, is password, capital P.
Of course. Always.
For you people that want to know, if you want to use my account.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says it's incorrect. Maybe I've changed it from password.
Good one.
Again. Oh, I see. It requires you to put a number on the end of it now, so it's password 1. Damn! Why do I? Oh well.
Wow.
That's what happened. That's one of that's like Johnny and I've talked about that. Where I work is one of those places where they require you to change your password all the frickin' time.
Yeah, I have that too.
And I've noticed that if you have a place like that, you can guarantee that all you have to do is go up to anybody's desk, and it doesn't take too much looking around of turning things over before you find their password list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here it is. TouchTunes would like to use your current location. I'm going to go ahead and allow it. I shouldn't.
It's not going to hurt anything.
I'd like to send you push. Well, I'm afraid it's like I said, it has a safeguard going like, hey, you're not in the Applebee's on 13th Street. You shouldn't be doing this, you evil person, you.
No, because it shows you places that are close to you.
It says sign in with Facebook, sign in with the username.
Yeah, you do have to create an account.
I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and here. I'll go ahead.
It's free though.
I'll go ahead and use the Facebook, which why not? Oh wait, why? Maybe I've done this before. No. Oh, it tried. Now, crap.
What?
Oh, I I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. And now, okay, I did bring up the location, so it tells me where all these places are.
Yep.
And there's one right down the street. Ooh, let's click on that one. Now this is interesting. It says who's here in recent plays. So we got who's here. No one's currently checked in. It says recent plays. Now it does tell me who they. Okay, they've Dirt Road Anthem is just played. 3 Bottles. Lenny Cooper. Don't know who that is. Country Must Be Country. Brantley Gilbert. So this is actually cool. Okay, so now I guess if I
let's do a search for
let's do a search for and it's D. What is it? It's D for Brio, right?
No. Damon F.
D.
You're looking for my
with no space?
No, with a space.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to find it.
No, it didn't. I wonder why it didn't. Artists. Search. Oh, you know what? If I'd spell it Damon and not Damon with an M.
Mm-hmm.
D-M-O-N and F. Well, there's a Damon Flower. Which is kind of funny if you know the history of NHB.
Yes. That's why I chuckled.
Nobody will get that. But for the people who don't know, our old messenger system, if you would write the word F-U-C-K in there, it would come up flower. I don't know if it still does that anymore or not, but I think that's kind of funny.
No, I don't think it does.
So Damon Flower is the only thing that comes up, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
He has he has some good songs. Sugar Shack, Some Fun, I hope it's going to be rain. He said. I have no idea what kind of person this or what kind of song this is. Don't Call Me, Fruit Stand Lady.
Damn, I wonder how I can get my songs submitted.
You're gonna have to check and see. I think that's gonna be kind of interesting to see because if you can make that happen, that would be kind of fun. Let's see.
Meanwhile, Dune's sitting here going, "I'll fix you fuckers next time at the bowling alley."
Yeah, that's what. It's on now. If I have some extra money.
If you go to your wallet, if you hit the wallet tab at the bottom, you can see what the credits cost. I think.
Okay. Let's see what comes up here. I'm curious what Damon Flower sounds like. This is a Damon Flower song called Trouble. Kind of looks like a bluesy guy. That's what he looks like, but you can't tell by I'm not going to judge the book by the cover. Not bad so far. Good the voice.
So good. No, you're gonna break my heart.
Yep, I would definitely say he's a bluesy guy.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's what it is. So if you ever wondered, so if you get this guy, it's not the Damon we're talking to.
No.
No, you're gonna break my heart.
But he's got lots of songs, so if you want to hear Damon Flower when you're on the TouchTunes site, there's lots of them. Turn it down so I don't get in trouble. But yeah, there's lots of stuff in there.
Wow.
So let's not just stop there. Let's keep on going. Who else might? We got to look for Kevin because you never know. Let's do. Now, if Kevin's in there and you're not, I know there's going to be. There's going to be a howl. R-E-E. Kevin, no, Kevin Reeves.
I don't know if try looking up. I doubt it's in there, but try looking up Crater Maker. 2 words.
Okay. A-T-O-R?
E-R.
E-R. Nope, no Crater Maker. There's a Crater Lake? Craters on the moon?
No.
Now, this is interesting because for the people just tuning in, I'm looking up on the TouchTunes site, which is the site for the people if you have those jukeboxes around town, which is kind of cool. I'm doing this now. This is interesting because somehow money has to get back to the artist with this, even though it's probably pennies on the dollar, and the guy who runs the place is getting billions. But
I'd say it's probably tenths of a penny on the dollar.
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in with my Facebook thing here. But that's interesting because the money has to get back somewhere. So do they have the rights to play everything? That's a good question. Because, I mean, if you stop and think about it, I mean, because I know like you can't find everything on iTunes.
No.
But you can find a lot of stuff on iTunes. But in other stuff you can't, and I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's because you have to.
It's the record companies who have to kind of release it. I mean, because for the longest time you couldn't find the Beatles, the friggin' Beatles on iTunes.
Yeah, that was because somebody else had the rights to it. Right? I don't know that Michael Jackson or whatever. But I don't know if that's the case or not. But that's true. I don't know if it's how is everything on TouchTunes or just part of it or.
I don't think it's everything.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff though. I mean, because that's one of the things that we like doing is if we're like across the room and today with the Shazam, I think it is the app where it'll tell you what song is on, which has been kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because we would do that, we play that little game. Actually, I used to kind of cheat because back when I still had decent eyesight, I would look across the room and I could read it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's so and so. My wife would be really impressed, and then she found out that then when I couldn't see it so well, I would go ahead and use the Shazam app. Then I got busted doing that. That didn't work.
You've been cheating all this time.
Somebody on Facebook writes, "This is UrbanDictionary.com. Define Damon." I don't know. I don't know if I want to click on that.
I don't know.
See, every time I'm going to do that, I'm going to regret this. I know it. Oh. Damon, you're going to freak on this.
I think I know about this.
Yes, it says an online radio show found on iTunes Radio under No Holds Barred. Damon Fabrio is a comedy radio host, funny, blind, smart kid, paying me to say this. Nah, NHB Radio, blind comedy, NHB.
That's been around for years, I think.
Jonathan Powers is the person who actually put that in there in 2006. So that's pretty cool. I had no idea that you'd made the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me, Mom. I'm a star.
Look, Mom. Look where I'm at now. That's right. Now it says, I keep saying his name. Johnny writes and says, wow, this gets much nicer. Comfier seats, tables, power outlets. This must be the rich people wing. Closing Twitter now. So it's all better. That's a good thing. That's one thing I noticed. I think for the people I'm friends with on Facebook, I did that one time. I was getting ready to get on this plane that's like the size of a gnat. Mm-hmm. To put it nicely, and I said they really should. If the plane you're going to get on at the terminal, they should do is match the size of the terminal seats to the airplane, to give you a little preview. Because I never understood that the terminal seats in an airport terminal are like 4 feet wide. Right. Now, of course they're not, but you know what I'm saying. In comparison, they're pretty damn wide. You can easily fit a very large person up to and including probably 350 pounds, maybe more, in a terminal seat. Now, that same person in the airplane, no, NGH not going to happen at all, period. It's not going to happen. There's no way, because, I mean, I'm in the 2 teens, and I still struggle sitting in those damn seats, especially being 6'1", which is tall but not that crazy tall. But it's like, oh my god! And then it's like if this plane doesn't land soon, I'm going to jump out of the window. Of course, you have to worry about that because I don't fit out the window anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that'd be fun, just for if nothing else for one of those hidden camera things. Is to have that and also you could have really fun and segregate the area where they actually check your tickets. So if you're this is perfect. If you're the rich people, if you're the beautiful people that get a first class, you get to sit over here. You get to sit by the nice vending machine, and have the wide seats. Yeah, exactly. and then on down the line, and of course if you're the last person, you get to sit next to where the bathroom is, of course. Nice. Which is always fun.
Yeah. I'm sure you've had that seat at some point in time.
You know what? Luckily for me, I really haven't. I'm trying to think. I've always been pretty cognizant when I fly. I always try to move seats whenever possible, and I do that a lot because I don't want to sit right across from the bathroom. I always try to get a window seat. I mean, that's one of the things I strive for, because at least if I'm on the window seat, I can pretty much smash myself up against the wall. So the person that's next to me can get the most, that we both can have the most room possible. So I try. I really do. But that's the whole thing. I
the
mean,
seat next to the bathroom, they should just give it away.
They really should. That should be the gratis seat. That or the I missed my last flight because I was drunk.
Yeah.
This is where I get the seat. The sit seat. There we go. Something like that. Because you're exactly right. I mean,
they really should. It's like, look, we're gonna just give you this seat.
Well, there's been more than one time. I mean, there was the last time I flew when I actually my flight from Dallas, where Johnny is, ironically enough, where he's going, from there to Wichita. They said that the flight was extremely full. The flight was completely full, and we check all the baggage you can because they don't have that much space. I was like, oh God, that's all I need. I just want to be home. I just want to be home.
Yeah, because at that point you're just like, I don't care anymore.
Well, that's happened to me before. There was one time. I've actually, as far as flights go, I'm one of those people. I've been lucky enough that I've yet to ever. I mean, and I've flown a lot. I've never had a bag lost, not one single time. Knock on.
Now that you said that.
Yeah, now that I just said that, I might screw myself. But I never have. I've always had a good experience with that. I mean, even there was one time where I got moved from a flight because the flight had been canceled and I was put on something else, and I knew something was wrong when the stewardess, as we were taxiing up to the gate, and I think this was actually in Dallas, and she said there's two people on this plane that need to get off first, so would you please let them? And then she points at me and another guy, and I'm going like, oh, am I in trouble? That's my first thing. I was like, crap. And she came over and actually she said, you two guys, your flight is getting ready to leave. They're actually going to be holding your flight for you. Flight going, and I was like, holy crap. So, of course I got the rock star, treatment. I actually get to get up first and, walk past everybody and get out. I thought that was pretty cool. But I mean, I was sitting there, and I mean, me and this guy, and we're power walking to the gate.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to run. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy on YouTube busting his ass in the airport. For your viewing pleasure. That's not going to happen. But I did boogie on up there, and I got on the plane, and I thought to myself, and all I could think about while I was on that second plane was, I was like, bye bag, bye. It's been nice knowing you. I don't know where you're going to end up, but it's not going to be with me. Yeah. It's not going to happen, and I'll be damned if when I got to Atlanta, I'm sitting there at the carousel going like, well, this isn't happening. There's just no way. And my bag is the first one out the door. Amazing. It absolutely renewed my faith in human beings. It really did, because I'm thinking, it makes sense. I mean, it was the last one on, so it was the first one off. But I mean, I was like, oh my God, it actually happened.
Yeah.
Everything, the stars aligned. Everybody, it obviously wasn't a Friday flight, thank God.
Right. Yeah.
And if it had been a Friday flight, I wouldn't have made the flight. But I was very surprised that happened. So that was my only one time that I really thought it wasn't going to happen. And I've had so many different friends that have just had horrible experiences on flights. Lost bags, lost that. I mean, the worst things happened to me is just being told the flight's canceled. That actually happened when I was with on an NHB deal. I was in I went to see Kevin in Nashville.
Nashville, yeah.
And it came time to leave. I had to be back to work on Monday, and this was Sunday. I was leaving, and they said, "Oh, your flight's been canceled, but hey, it's cool. We've got you a ticket for tomorrow." I said, No, I got to go back today. So they actually did find me another flight that flew from somewhere to somewhere. But that was another thing is once I got on that flight and I got to where I think I ended up in Cincinnati of all places. I mean, you can't even draw these pictures, these lines. It's funny how to get from here to there is never going straight it's sort of like your dog. Just because you want to get there doesn't mean you want to go that way. You're gonna go over here. You're gonna go wherever they want you to go. And I was sitting there in the airport, and they're like, this plane has been overbooked, and we're looking for people to volunteer. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, first of all, I'm on this flight because I was nice enough, or they were nice enough to let me on it. So I'm thinking I am a low dude on the totem pole.
Yeah.
My ass is going to be in this airport all night long. But luckily it didn't happen. Somebody else took the bait, took the extra money or whatever it was. And we'll see.
They'd have to offer you something pretty good at that point. It's
well, that's the whole thing. I don't know if it's really worth that, because normally what they offer is, I don't fly enough where they say a Delta bucks or whatever they call they give you X amount of money for something like that. to see what's going on.
At
Let's
that
see.
point, you got to start going reach around in the bathroom. I mean,
Yep. Well, that's the whole thing you have to be wondering about. Because of course, I'm not as talented as the guy. You've seen the guy recently. Well, I don't know if you had the YouTube video. The guy who made the video of him singing in the terminal. That actually, I think that was filmed in Dallas. Well, the sad part about it is it's really cool what he did. If you haven't seen it, and if people just do a search for it. He used his iPhone and his iPad. He filmed it with his iPhone, and he played the music on the iPad to lip sync. But the problem is a song. It was like All by Myself by the Canadian chick I can't stand. Yes.
That one. Oh God.
And I can't stand her. She's the praying mantis woman. I've even locked her picture out of my head. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, and but that's the only thing I didn't like is like, why'd you pick that song? You're lip syncing a girl song. But it was actually pretty cool. I mean, he
technically, Dune, that's not a girl song.
Well, she's the one that that was the replay he was playing.
Gotcha.
And I can't even think of her stinking name. I can't stand her. That's why.
Celine Dion?
Thank you for bringing that name back into my life.
Hey, you're the one who's
Yeah, it's my world. Let me sit in it.
Yeah.
But that's what the whole was. Anyway, it's very cool. I mean, the guy goes through some awesome things to do the camera work. He mounted the camera to his. He has it like strapped to his luggage, and he sets the luggage on a wheelchair, and then puts the wheelchair on the moving conveyor belt to get moving pictures of him singing. And then there's also one scene where the camera is actually going up the escalator, and he's at the bottom of the escalator singing. And the really funny thing is they showed some outtakes of it from one of the TV stations, and of course he's sitting there singing, and of course as the thing's getting ready to go to the top, he has to take off running to go save this thing before it goes crashing down. So it's actually you got to give him credit for the for doing this stuff.
I guess so, yeah.
And one of the funny things is it makes you know that it was filmed in America.
Yeah.
This is how you can tell. Was the one thing at the end of the interview when he said, and the whole time I was doing this, not one security guard.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're too busy
They're too busy, that's right. There's not a single... Now, he said there was plenty of people that were there cleaning, the cleaning crews that were giving him the look, because it was like this was done between like 3 and 5 in the morning or something like that. But not one single security guard. So rest assured, Johnny, you're in the Dallas airport. Hey, you are good to go.
So what this basically says is like, hey, terrorists, if you want to blow up an airport.
If you need to put your RPG together and you need some me time between 3 and 5 o'clock in the Dallas airport, that's your time.
And just make sure you're singing Celine Dion songs.
Yeah, as long as you're singing Celine Dion, nobody ever they'll think you're just trying to be a.
Well, maybe the thing with that was security guards are going, oh, he's armed and dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't want to go near him. We might have to, get that song stuck.
And of course, now that I've said that, I'm sure I've been flagged on every NSA, RPG, Dune's it, whatever.
It's a role-playing game.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Now you just conjured the image of the terrorists sitting around playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Absolutely. Venison, do you think that'll work? Uh-huh. Okay, that's cool. As long as he thinks that'll work, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
You want to go visit with Johnny?
No,
he didn't want to go visit Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully that works. That's the whole thing. It'd be fun the whole thing is that there always has to be copycats for something like that. So there's going to be more.
Yeah. You're going to get somebody in there singing "Welcome to the Jungle." Yeah,
something like that, which actually would be kind of funny.
That would that I'd laugh at.
That would be funny. I think that would be good. Now, or somebody could do like an in search of thing. That would be a great one. Somebody do like a documentary, like they're in the jungle looking for the elusive security guard.
Yeah.
You can pan down and find like a half-eaten donut.
They're all playing. That's where the security guards were. They were playing RPGs.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Speaking of documentaries, I don't know if you saw the post that I put up on Facebook a few days ago about the reality show about where they get the camera crew following a blind person around.
No, I did not. Is this you being funny, or is this a real deal?
It was a No, it was me pondering, because when you're dealing with people who have no idea how blind people live, like with the whole nonsense of them petting my dog and stuff, and it all comes out of a lack of education. And I'm like, nobody learns anything in schools anymore, but everyone sits around and watches reality TV until their brain rots away. So I thought, how best can we get the education out It's not through those stupid shows like Growing Up Fisher, but we need to create a reality show about blind people, and we just follow blind people around. Because when you see the stupidity of people around blind people, you know, like.
Well, and I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I really do. I can relate to that because I think of the first time I ever really had any dealing with blind people was all of us. It was all of you guys, and for me, it was in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It was Jay.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I turned into Mother Dune. You would think through my eyes that I thought that before I got there that there was somebody else making sure Jay didn't kill himself.
Well, I mean, case in point, in my experience recently, and again, this is a dog story.
Mm-hmm.
There's this person, I don't know what gender it is. It's a male, female, but it's one of our, let's just say English is a second language.
It's Pat from Bogota. I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
It's Hispanic Pat.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Okay, so
don't know why I went there,
who
but
has the yappy little dog that can't control its own dog, but yells at me about disciplining mine.
Of course.
But anyway, at one point I took Killian out. I'm bringing him back in. This person is out the window because, of course, her dog's barking, so she's got to be nosy. I'm calling her a she. I don't know what gender he really is, but we'll assume it's a she for the sake of the story.
For the happy dog story.
So, person sticks head out window and is trying to yell directions to me, like I don't know how to get from the parking lot back to the the problem
they're playing Frogger with you.
The problem is she's yelling the opposite of directions of which way I gotta go, and Killian's listening.
But I see what you're saying. They're probably looking at this from the backwards way. It's sort of like if you were facing me, and I said go to your right, and I meant my right. Yeah, gotcha.
This would have been a YouTube moment from hell, because I'm trying to get him to go right. This person's yelling out left. Killian's going left. I'm directing him right. He goes right. Then he goes left. Then he goes right. I felt like I was slaloming through the parking lot at one point. And I'm trying to, like, I got it. But this person's ignoring me or not understanding me. And it confused me and the dog at the same time. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I have only been living here since the middle of October. I think I know how to get from the place where I take Killian 3-4 times a day to go to the bathroom to the back door, which is pretty much the only door I use when I'm with him. So while trying to get him to not pick up things by the dumpster, you know, and all that. But this is the kind of stupidity I'm talking about.
Hey, by the way, Johnny has sent me a picture of where he's at right now. I've zoomed in on it. And it's very interesting. They're very large chairs.
Yeah.
That he's got, and they are looking very comfortable. And also, there appears to be about 6 or 8 of these huge, like half-egg-looking chairs that look very comfortable. Nobody's in them. Wow. I'm thinking those must be the first-class people chairs.
Maybe.
Something like that. Oh, anyway.
See, what you need. Here, the way you can improve an airport gate is foosball table.
Oh yeah, big fun.
Pinball machine. You gotta wait for your flight. You might as well put something in there to entertain people. Of course, knowing the airports, they'll make it coin operated.
Well, that's true. Well, that's the whole thing. It makes me wonder because these chairs look pretty awesome. These ones that he's got the picture of, and I'm kind of wondering why he's not in them.
Yeah.
Johnny, go ahead. It's you know, until they make you leave, you don't have to leave.
Yeah.
But it is kind of it is neat looking. But it's a good representation of those damn chairs that are literally 3 feet wide.
Yeah, absolutely. Until you get on the plane.
Yeah, and then I think that's like false advertising to the max is what that is.
I'm surprised that they don't have like bench seating at this point. Although you do need a seat back.
Well, the nice thing is I have been on flights where there hasn't been anybody next to me, and you can take the armrest and pull it up.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes it a bench seat.
And
for lack of a better term.
Well, but then until they tell you to please fasten your seatbelt.
Well, yeah, you still have to do that. But that's true. But back to we're talking about with Jay though. That was my whole thing. Like I was so worried that he was going to hurt himself, and I had to actually stop and think, Okay, he's 30 years old. He's made it here somehow. He's
gotten this far.
Yeah, he didn't have. I haven't been around for 30 years to make sure Jay does it. Now, I will tell you, watching Jay, he has 2 speeds, which is sit and run.
Yeah,
that's his 2 speeds. And I tell you, when I first met him, he had looked like he had just been in a fight. But it wasn't. I come to find out that was just normal, because he had differing scars on his face. He kind of looked like an MMA fighter, where he had like a fresh scar, and then a scar that wasn't so fresh, and then one that was almost healed.
Well, because he doesn't, he goes so fast.
He does. He just takes off running, and if there's something there, damn.
Or he'll move it for him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are people out there. I mean, like when I'm standing at a street corner, I'm trying to listen for the traffic to know when to signal my dog to go, and I got people coming up who want to help me cross the street.
Mm-hmm. Which is what they probably used to do, where they would, you'd grab onto their arm or whatever.
Yeah. And, some people get pretty forceful about it, and they think that they know where you want to go, and they cross you across streets that you don't need to cross. That's what I'm saying. If someone just strapped a camera to my shoulder,
I think it would be interesting to see. It really would.
This would be great, because then I would do commentary. Oh, and you bet your ass I'd do commentary.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is, I'm guessing that in your case, when something is done incorrectly, but the intention was there, it's probably not that big a deal, because at least it's somebody trying to be, nice.
It to a degree, but sometimes people do more harm than
help. I understand that too. That's the whole thing. Is sometimes you say, hey, I'm fine. Hey.
And then they all walk away thinking they've done their good deed for the day.
Yes. But that you're exactly right, though. That would be kind of interesting to see, because that was the whole thing with me. It's like I didn't know what to expect. As a matter of fact, to tell you how screwed up you get, there was one time where it was myself, myself, Jay, and Kevin, and a couple other people, Kevin Reeves, and it was the same situation where my he said, hey, which one is the men's bathroom? He asked me a simple question.
Right.
Which one's the men's bathroom? The one I was walking out of. And of course, to me, not thinking, because I'm facing Kevin, I said, it's the one on the right. Well, it was. It was on my right.
Yeah.
I turned around just in time to watch Kevin right in the women's bathroom. Ah! And I'm sitting there going, holy crap! Now, luckily, I was able to catch him. I was able to actually swoop in.
I would have let him go.
I couldn't do it. I felt like a 2-year-old. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to the principal's office. I just sent Kevin to the. And the whole thing is like, that's what I'm talking about. You think you pay attention in life.
Yeah.
It's hard to process these things. You just think, you don't think about that the guy you just told that to really can't read the signs. He knows that you just went in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And came out, so he's expecting you to give him. Well, anyway, that was so. Laugh was. Good times. Good times were shared by all.
Yes.
It made for a good story later on that night.
Oh, look, absolutely.
Yeah.
You see Kevin walk out, all the color drained from his face.
Well, heaven forbid, there's somebody else. There's some, lady in there with a bag or something. Pull a little old lady on him.
If the bathroom was empty, he might have gotten away with it.
Hey, he might have. I couldn't do that though. I didn't. I was nice. I said, stop. And anyway, but that's the whole thing. Is that it's those little details in life.
Yeah.
You have to watch out for. But I learned a lot of stuff. It's just like, when we were all in Virginia Beach, it was, gosh, I mean, what, was there 20 of us there? There was a lot. There was between 15 and 20 people.
There was
in a very small apartment, which, this place, and this place was wired for bear. I mean, there was wires everywhere around here.
Someone has to have that video.
Well, there's videos and pictures.
See, we should put the staff picnic video on YouTube, because nobody would ever believe it.
That there was that many people in one place.
And that we had it. We had that shit wired, like crazy wired.
Oh yeah.
And now for people who only know the history of NHB through automation, you got to figure the house had Dune.
Well, I think just if you want to, if you go to NHB's page, I think I've got a whole folder of pictures on there of that, and you'll be able to see what Damon's talking about. There's a lot of stuff.
Just imagine like 5 or 6 blind people, Dune, Sloan, and his girl at the time, the PTR crew who don't work here anymore, Captain Blinky, who we haven't heard from in years, and and of course GF and his girl, who are also blind, and like there was just an assload of people, mixers, microphones, wires running from one room into another. I mean, it was just insanity, and somehow, and this is 2004 when wireless wasn't really, it was there, but it wasn't. You know.
Yeah, we were using it, but it was, yeah, you're right. It was pretty sad.
I mean, now it would have been a whole lot. Well, not so much for the audio stuff. You still would have had to run a lot of audio cable.
Yeah, I don't really actually. I say I don't have as many pictures as I thought. I have some, like I have the one of you playing your keyboard, the one of Sloan singing, the one of Kevin. But so I'll have to somewhere I'll find those. If not, I will upload them.
I know there's got to be at least one group shot.
Oh, there's plenty of group shots, but I mean, just to see all the people around and what we were talking about with all the different crap
and
everywhere.
All those people, Dune's the only active staff member
Yep,
left.
I think I'm the only one left. Sadly enough.
You can call me maybe partially. Yeah. I mean, I sit in on this show.
Damon's here helping out, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so,
but you're exactly right. But that was the whole thing. Was my whole point with this whole thing was, you know, there's several blind people. I mean, our hosts both were blind. GF and his girlfriend.
GF and his girl, me, Jay, and Kevin.
And Kevin, you know, and like I said, there is just nothing but a maze of wires, and not one single thing was ever pulled over. Nothing was tripped over.
Jay did spill quite a few drinks, though, if I remember.
Yeah, but that happens though.
And
it wasn't wire related though.
Right. But here's the thing, and you got to also remember, alcohol was involved.
Oh, heavily.
Oh, yes. The fun exponentially.
Yes, there were several mornings, and I think there was one. I do remember showing up with I think Shaggy, that had a bucket that I think was once used for mopping. That was being used as his friend. It was his little pal that kind of sat with him the rest of the day. Yeah, I think because that's one of those pictures. I'll have to do that. I'll make that a point sometime tonight or tomorrow.
Let me tell you something. If you think a blind person sober is interesting, try him with alcohol. Because I mean, back in the day when I only drank on the telethon, it was one thing. But now I'm a bit of a social drinker, and depending on my stress level, I reach varying shades of intoxication. Last night, well, let's just say someone paid for my cab ride home.
You were the beyond walking with the dog.
No, well, I didn't have the dog. See, I wasn't. I mean, I still remember everything, but there was a couple of guys who were probably pretty well drunk, who were just very generous about finding me a cab and, throwing the $5 to the guy to drive me home. Could I have walked it myself? Yeah, I mean, I think it would have been a little interesting, but I wasn't so far gone. There are other days where, I was grateful, like karaoke nights where I was grateful to have the ride home. But that's mainly more because it's 2 o'clock in the morning in New Brunswick. And, the seedier people may not think,
and you know who you are.
Yeah, they might not know that, mugging a blind person is not going to net you a whole lot. You might get a cool stick.
Uh-huh.
Which if you swing it at one person, the stick might break. Not really designed for weapons.
Yes. That's true. Well, I know I'll have to. Like I said, it's definitely learning. I like your idea. I do. Damon earlier had mentioned, possibly a.
I'm almost tempted. They have these GoPro cameras,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost tempted to buy one. And assuming I don't end up returning my guide dog to the school from whence he came, I'm almost tempted to just strap one of these cameras onto his harness. From the perspective of the dog.
If nothing else, you got a good point here, because if nothing else, it would be a good learning tool to find out what that would be one of the things from the show. Be like, what is he looking at? There we go.
Exactly. Well, I can tell you right now, because yesterday one of the women who came up and just began petting my dog got a nice little surprise when the dog tried sticking his head up her skirt.
Ah. You get a little tear coming down your cheek, didn't you?
And why is it see, what makes me laugh is if I did that, I get my ass kicked. The dog does that, and it's okay.
Ah, it's good to be the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I told you, no one acknowledges me. The dog is like, I mean, yeah, you know, when everyone said the dog will attract women, yes, the dog attracts women, and they still don't talk to me.
Well, you got to hold on hope, because you never know. This could change. I still think, yeah, the whole GoPro camera, that could be great. Because just to know what he's looking at, I think that would be.
Yeah.
This could. Hey, you know, we've always talked about the iDog app.
That's true.
This could be how it starts.
See, then what we need is like in that movie, Look Who's Talking, is the voiceover.
Oh, absolutely.
What the dog is thinking.
Yeah, because he's a young dog, so we could use a young voice.
Yeah. Although most of the time he's probably thinking, my owner is a friggin' idiot.
It's like, hey, this chick's hot. I hope she pets me.
Like, you know. Oh, well, see, the only problem with that is...
You have to wonder. This is the whole thing. At least this way you could tell, you know, did my dog give her the look?
Right.
Before she actually came in for the pet.
Yeah, I mean that's true, because, you know, how do I know the dog? Because I've been told that my dog winks at people. My dog smiles. He's a human trapped in a dog's body.
Yeah.
And how do I know?
You've got this horny version of a small young man in there.
How do I know that the dog's not giving these women that come hither stare?
The adolescent dog going like,
yeah.
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about here, for lack of it. How you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
And then these women get sucked in because he's so cute. I mean, I you know, my pictures of my dog.
Must pet the dog.
Yeah.
Must.
But see, now here's the thing, though. If the camera's mounted to the dog's harness strap on his back, that would generally put the camera right in line with...
Yeah, you're going to have crotch shot going on
crotch area.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking it would be the thing. It'd be underneath the collar, underneath where it literally would follow the neck.
The camera's that small, though.
Well, there's actually different ones. I actually had, at one time, a small camera powered by a 9-volt battery. Okay, here we go. You know, too much time on Dune's hands.
Yeah, slightly.
And I still have it, by the way. It's a wireless camera that I had. It's powered by a 9-volt battery, very small, maybe 1-inch square.
Yeah. See, I
had it to where it would transmit to a little wireless, and we'd put it around the dog's neck and let him run around the backyard, because that was fun.
I have this one. It's probably a little bigger than like the size. It's maybe roughly the size of a pack of cigarettes, maybe a little bit tall. And it's a Zoom Q3 HD. It's a high-def camcorder. I bought it to film band gigs, and nobody wants to be bothered to help me set it up and point it in the right direction.
That's so nice.
But you had to film one band gig with it. But anyway, it takes like AA batteries, lasts for 2 hours. You know, so there's got to be a way. Maybe I could use that. Although I think it's because it's you know it would be a little obvious.
Well, you know what? I'll just do a little search here. I'm gonna look for GoPro dog collar. Sure,
I don't think we make one of those.
COLR. Do. Oh, yes, they do.
Really?
Oh yeah, camera mounting system for dogs.
Oh.
You know what? Not only they make it. Are you ready for this?
What?
Dogcollarcam.com.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, this is a done deal. GoPro, JVC, Helmet Cam, Ion, Toshiba, Liquid Image, Dorific, Contour, Garmin. They have got it covered.
I'm afraid.
Dog Pro collar. Here we go. They have actually different ones. They have the collar cam, and they got one that actually goes on the back. So collar in action. Oh, yeah, this is okay.
I'm afraid to know what that costs.
Let's just go and see. Realtree Max HD collar. Not that much. $35.
Is that just for the collar mount?
That's for the collar mount. Yes, that's not for the camera. Well, there's different. I say GoPro. There's different ones now that are actually cheaper, and they have different ones. Like there's some of these you couldn't use. Like they actually have ones that actually strap on the back, which wouldn't do you any good. But these here, excuse me, they appear to be the type that would go underneath. It basically puts the camera underneath the dog's neck.
Yeah. The only problem with that is when I correct him, you're gonna see like that shake. Because in order to correct the dog, you got to kind of snap back with the leash, which tightens the collar temporarily, for a split second to get his attention. So at that point, when I correct him, you're gonna see the camera like go.
Let's see. They got a.
You got me so wild.
Oh Lord.
Well, yeah. I think I need to have the music on here. This is actually somebody putting the camera on, and yes, this would be a good. This would be actually a perfect one here because this picture of this dog. Here, let me see if I can put this up so everybody else can. Whoop, let me go over here. Can see it. That's out there. Okay, and screen share. There we go. But basically, it's just underneath the dog's collar or underneath the dog's neck.
Right.
And they got great footage here of the dog actually looks like he's drinking water. Ooh.
Wow.
So, but you can see where the dog is looking. Now the dog. Oh, this works good. The dog is on the table now where he's not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and actually he is not. Not only is he on the table, but he's now pulled the hamburger buns off the table, and he is walking down the hall with them, and he's going to find out. No, now he's going out the doggy door with the hamburger buns. Yes, and he's now tearing the bag open, and he's now enjoying the hamburger buns. So there is a reason why this camera was installed on this particular dog.
I see. Well, at least the buns. Bread doesn't really hurt it.
Yeah. So you can see where they're going with this, this doesn't appear to be a very high quality camera, but like I said, you can still see fine.
Yeah.
What the dog is looking at.
Oh God, you get motion sickness with my dog.
Yeah.
Left, right.
You think he looks at a few things a little too much?
He looks at I've had people watch him while we're walking, and he's just constantly looking around.
There we go.
He really could be the roving reporter if I got this camera. See, that's what he is.
So that's nice to know that there's at least one company that makes them. Probably another one, I'm sure.
See, I should get one for him and an amount for myself, and put it on my shoulder.
There's even a YouTube channel called How to Mount GoPro Cameras to a Dog Collar. Easy and simple ways.
Wow.
Now you have to be careful. Now.
Yeah,
I'm going to the image thing of dogs with GoPro. Some people have gone overboard stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell that some of these dogs have got cameras on them that they does not look comfortable. Don't be that person.
Yeah, well, you can't put a camera on.
Yeah, I mean it's almost this is it's like the camera's too large and the mechanism is way too cumbersome. Don't be that person.
And the dog's too low to the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for my dog because my dog's almost 70 pounds.
So there's a good picture. Yeah, I think that would work. This one, there's a bunch of them here. So this is one of those we may have to look into this.
Yeah, well,
there we go.
Let's make sure I'm still keeping the dog.
I got some. Now, see, this is one of the ones I'm talking about for the people that that's too much. That's the one. This poor dog has this thing strapped on the top of his neck, and it looks like it's actually got his head kind of in a permanent tilted position.
Yeah, it's like pushing his head down.
Yeah, don't be that person.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Nah.
Yeah, the rest of them are underneath. Some of them are up on top.
I'd probably put it on top.
Yeah, either one. I mean, the top kind of it wouldn't be able. I guess you could see which way the head was looking, but it wouldn't actually track.
Right.
Because it actually kind of mounts to the back of the neck, for lack of a better term. So if you people out there that are looking for a new show idea, Damon is willing.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Look, if you can do, I mean, I've heard some of the ideas about like some of the shows that they're airing, and it's like, wow, have we run out of ideas or what? I say.
Well, think about they have to make it interesting, so they could probably hire some people to throw into the mix. They could throw a little Damon love interest in there, something like that.
Now you're getting into fiction.
Yeah.
The rate I'm going.
Hey, you know what? You are close to you get some Snooki type.
Oh God.
Damon. No, that's terrible. Why is that? What do I think that's Snooki's voice?
I'll hurt you. The last couple times I've gone out, there's really been no stories to tell.
Oh man.
I mean, there was the one I told on Gator's show on Wednesday with the karaoke thing where I brought the dog on stage with me.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was cool. You actually let the dog sing a little bit. Not really.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't really make a noise, but I tried. But the funny part
you never know.
The funny part about it is I get up on stage and I get him to sit, and he sits, and I hear these girls in the front go, "Aww," and the moment the girl goes, "Aww," you'd think, possibility, right?
That's true.
No.
Venison, do you like karaoke? I think so. Oh, sorry.
Uh-huh.
There.
God.
Forgot to turn that back up.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't have much time before the show to get enough clips.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have to get some more because after a while, if I keep asking questions and the answers, people might question my authenticity.
Exactly.
Of that.
Well, you know, I mean, you could always do what Gators does, just beat the same 7 sound effects into the ground.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna have to look on that. If nothing else, it would make a good fake commercial.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do that.
True.
And send that in because I don't know. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Look at all the other stupid things. They got that thing. They got that show. That stupid show. Like where the guy who looks like Harry.
Yes,
that one there you guys were talking about. Come on, if they got that.
But that's my whole thing. Is like it's supposed to be a reality show, and there's nothing based in reality about these concepts lately. You know, I mean, if you could follow the Osbournes around, and you could follow Hulk Hogan around, and you could get like Flava Flav and Bret Michaels, 2 people who shouldn't have any trouble finding women. You know.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Like, follow me around. You know, believe me, someone has to find my story interesting somewhere.
Well, I think it is possible. Believe it. I mean, look at. I think of that show called Catfish,
right, or
something like that. There's and MTV is the one to do this. Come on, right. I mean, they're the ones that usually have these fun things like that.
Case in point. NHB in some form has been 15 years of the reality of Damon Fabrio.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you're exactly. Yeah, I was going to say you have grown to fruition.
And people, for whatever reason, still tune into this shit.
Well, that's the nice thing is at least it still lives in some manner. Because the automation, like they said, hosts come and go, but automation is forever.
That's
so you have to be careful about that.
Although I think the telethon's only going to be like 6 hours.
Oh God! Well, you know what? We've made it work. We'll just have to see what happens. We'll hang in there. I think we're due.
Gators has decided to message me and not you and say, "Hey, I have at least 8 sounds that I beat into the ground."
Oh, there we go.
Right, so off by 1. Sue me, dick.
There we go. You know, if nothing else, I am glad this is actually turnabout's fair play because normally like last night, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny was on. Sorry, good God, where am I going here? I just went Kevin left it again.
You just lost it. Man.
Yeah, I did. Went to the wrong bathroom again. But last night when Johnny was on, I listened pretty much the whole night. He was on till from my time. He was on from like 11 o'clock to 5 in the morning. He was on for
you never learn, do you?
A long time, and he wasn't incoherently drunk either. He was just, you know what? He was in an interesting place last night in his drinking.
Okay.
That he wasn't babbling and he wasn't incoherent, but he was kind of mean. He was mean's not the word. He was forceful. If people were talking about something he didn't want to hear about, he cut them right off, which I thought was kind of cool. Yeah, he actually was. He was in that no mood for bullshit mood. That's what it was.
Why can't you do that on your own?
That's exactly. Well, I think that's what it was. I think he was practicing, and he was practicing with a little bit of beer in there.
Peter's gonna bring the band hammer down.
Because that was what it was. Is like there'd be 2 people start either talking about different subjects at the same time, which hardly ever happens. I'm kidding. Happens all the time. And but that was actually pretty interesting. There's a few times where he just I think he'd just he'd play something really loud in the background and just cut him off.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, Johnny is growing up.
Gators is showing his dominance.
Someone says Damon should have a reality show about how he never gets laid. Oh, come on, a drum roll, a B-roll along with no.
Who wrote that?
I don't know who this is. I don't know.
No, why? Who wants to watch that?
Well, I still think it'd be better. I think that the whole reality show with you.
The whole not getting laid kind of rolls itself into
let's think of a name because maybe we need a good name and a good hook. Let's see. I mean,
I'm still working on
it. Because first thing we got to do. I mean, you think of all the good shows that have really made it well, and you try to you maybe kind of build off of a name like that.
Right.
You know, because we got the original MTV show. What
was it? Real World.
Real World.
Call it Blind World.
Yeah, Blind World. Now let's see. No, I don't know that. Let's see. Single blind dude? No.
No. It's not really about being single. It's just I'm trying to educate people that, blind people, aren't as helpless and insufficient as people think they are.
That's true. Johnny writes in and says, I need to drink 3 Amstel Lights on every show. I'm telling you, it worked, Johnny.
Yeah, see?
It did work. Oh, by the way, the reason why I didn't realize he'd written this, that he was, he has his laptop plugged in, so he was in the free plug-in chair, which wasn't the half-egg. It wasn't the half-egg chair. So there you go. Yeah, something. That's when you a catchy name for a show.
Yeah.
And an idea. I mean, we just, if we can find out who we can get a hold of, then we can just start randomly, tweeting, say, hey, I got this idea for a show. And I don't want any money for it. You have to be careful because it is. If somebody says, "Hey, I got this idea for a show," then later on, he would have done it if I hadn't told him about that.
See, we could do the slight thievery and call it blind tube.
Yeah, but there's so much porn stuff out there that's like something
true,
to. Yeah, you never know how that's going to go.
Yeah,
that's true. Got to be careful. Because, people go down the road. Let me think here. And is blind the word? Because I don't. That's the whole thing. I don't know. You know how it is. People with little people don't like the word, don't like this word or that word. They want to be called this or that. Just or like the Redskins thing. Oh God, don't go down that road.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Call it without eyes.
Now there was a one called See Through My Eyes. You know what? I never thought about this too. Is they could almost you could bring in the people that like animals.
Yeah.
And call it like Through His Eyes.
But here's the thing. What would almost make more sense is to never take the lens cap off the camera. This way, and then
well, then only the blind people will get it.
And then you can call it Through My Eyes.
Yeah, there we go.
And then this way, the audience will see what I see, which is nothing.
I never thought about that. And if you wonder what I see, boom, black, nothing.
No. The whole show, just you get credits, and then a black screen. No, not a black screen because I don't see black, but you just get like color bars or something, and or just a light.
That's brilliant because that's actually a show I could cut together in video art editor. It would take literally no talent to do that.
And think about how fast you could put episodes out.
Roll credits.
So to edit, you just
awesome.
have a picture like a green screen or
well,
something.
Think about it. We could see all the money we save on the GoPro camera thing. Now we need just a microphone.
That's true. Well, you got to have some kind of visual.
Yeah, I can. I can use Google Maps and just show the little dot.
Yes.
You are here.
Yeah.
And then I can show, because if I zoom in enough, I can show Killian going crossways across the street.
Well, the only
things like that, and then I can do the sound of the car crashing.
The only way this works for me is to never show me on camera. People have no idea what I look like. They'll just see things from my perspective. So that's why I will never appear on camera. All my commentary, voiceovers, I will never be seen until the series finale. At the end, at the very last thing you see is me walk out in front of the camera, and then everyone will be like, "That's what we've been watching this time."
Yeah, something like that. That would be. I don't know. That's a good point. Although I think it's such a visual world anymore.
Yeah, well, see, but that's the problem.
Yeah.
People got to kind of suspend the visual.
That's true. Well, heck, we could almost do that. Yeah, I would do this on the radio.
Gators is now messaging me with comments. He's like, "Wouldn't that be a radio show then?" No.
Well, he's a good point. I like that.
But it's just a radio anymore. We need to like.
Well, you know what it is. I think a lot of it too is Johnny has learned that when I read messages, I tend to skip words and screw them up really bad.
I see how it is.
That's what it is.
Now, I should just sign into the damn messenger and read your.
Like somebody writes says, "Is AOL dead now? I see you're not reading the comments. I see you're not acknowledging anyone anymore. What's the deal? What's the problem?" Do I say?
You're pissing off the listeners.
I'm pissing off the listeners. You know what? I'm sorry. I am one of those people. I'm so used to having Bob or somebody around to read the crap for me.
I have to download the messenger. Gators, give me a link to the messenger. Yeah. We're gonna start that again.
We have to do that next. You know what? And Gators doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Even when he's at his house, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I forgot. If you don't talk into the microphone, you can't hear me. Yeah.
Dude,
I've turned amateur again.
Dune is completely falling apart.
I'm falling apart.
You don't understand how radio works.
I don't have Johnny with me to keep me in line. That's what it is.
I have more experience than Gators.
That's true. You know what it is? I think I get the visual cues from Johnny, though, because he's right there in front of me. I can see him on the camera.
Well, you know, I mean...
Which helps sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
So that's the problem. When you turn your camera on, I'm usually looking at, like, the wall.
Yeah.
Or something like that, so it doesn't work. It doesn't work the same way.
You're just going to see me in a tank top today. And we'll get comments about how I shouldn't wear tank tops.
Damon in the wife beater shirt.
Yeah, well, it's not really a wife beater.
Well, that's what it is. Oh, well. Yeah. Well, hopefully John he'll be back next week, so
yeah,
we'll get to hear the stories. Because he will be gone on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to fill in for poor Johnny. I don't know who.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, who can
I don't even have a mixer anymore. I sold it.
I don't know if that's even necessary these days. There are so many people. You know, it's like Winamp and a microphone. And you can do it. You just do it Rye style. You know, like that. You have a whole room full of people
with the webcam mic.
A whole room full of people huddled around the webcam. It was a very cozy situation.
Dude, have you? You know, I swear I should just go around with the video camera, with the camera and the phone, take a video of my apartment, upload it to Facebook, and go, "This is how I live.
This is what it is.
Look at this. Look at this disaster."
Well, that's what I say. If we get the whole MTV thing going on,
that's what I mean. You know.
Mm-hmm. We gotta be quick though, because you're getting above the age where MTV won't even talk to you anymore. You may have to go to A&E.
I'm already above that.
Yeah,
no, man, make it network television because everybody's got that. Even Venison could watch it.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that. Venison.
I want to know, like,
that was one of the. I did notice that this week when I was listening to Venison. He did mention that he hates Fox News, but Fox has Fox has all the best TV shows. So he's torn. He hates the news on Fox, but he loves their programming.
Liberal.
No, I know. I just thought it was funny though.
Yeah.
That the entertaining stuff he likes, but the news he can't stand.
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, on a totally unrelated note, since we only have like 10 minutes left, and I don't know if this has been acknowledged yet, but Casey Kasem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have to bring it up only because, you know, anyone who's in radio, if you don't mention it, you're an asshole.
Well, and that was really, I mean, your early tapes. That's kind of what you were emulating, wasn't it? Pretty much.
No, well.
The countdown thing, not him per se.
Maybe something. It's hard to remember back to that time, but I mean, even my Psycho Steve. I mean, I talked to him earlier in the week. He's actually coming. He's in South Dakota, or wherever the hell he is, and he's coming back to visit this week. But we were talking. It's like everyone in a lot of us, even in the '80s, it was Sunday. You listened to Casey, you know, and of course we all grew up watching Scooby-Doo, and you know, so it's like if you're in your 30s or 40s, and you know who Casey Kasem is, and probably your 50s, and so to me, like most young people, like who? Casey who?
Oh, absolutely. Now here's one I happen to bring up. I have a clip. One of my favorite ones.
We're up to our long distance dedication.
Has to be this one.
And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand.
I like this one because it lets you know that Casey Kasem was a real person.
Yes.
That's what
kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog.
For the people that don't know, Casey did all these long-distance dedication things.
From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions. And then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that...
See, this is where you know he's a real guy.
Every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week.
See, there you go. Like I said, this guy's a real guy. I mean, you can just hear. You know, I mean,
just continues to escalate too. I want someone to use this goddamn fucking.
Well, the whole thing is it's just so typical that you know how it is when you get pissed and you start thinking of other things that are pissing you off at the time. Because that's what he's doing now. He wants the pictures.
Last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain and not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
So now I want to know what happened after that.
Yeah, that's true.
How does he get back into that and not sound like he's about ready to
that's the whole. Well, you know, he probably did. I bet you're right. And this is Casey Kasem. I'm back to the countdown. I mean, he could probably snap right in and out like that.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
That just makes me want to like hear other things. Like I want to hear the outtakes from him doing Shaggy on Scooby Doo. You know?
And somebody says the crackle. Yeah, that was old. I mean, it was probably somebody actually recorded that off a damn radio. But well, actually, it did. That would have been somebody in the studio. Obviously, it didn't go out on the radio. But that's what I'm saying. That's the one thing about Casey Kasem. That yeah, you're right. Sunday was the countdown. You got to hear it. You know, and I think he did it for a little while on TV, but not very long.
He did American Top 10 when he played the videos, and I actually used to watch that in the early '80s. And
well, the funny thing for me, I think, was the first time I ever actually saw him on TV. It's one of those things where the voice doesn't match the face.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of let that sink in a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the funny thing? I think the voice more matched his last wife, which was like 6'9". No, she wasn't that tall, but
yeah.
Actually, she had the squeaky voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's sad to see him go.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is. It's a. I mean, look. I mean. And Dune, you notice too, you get to the age where all the people you were influenced by growing up that made you want to do radio or play music or whatever, now they're all going to start kicking the bucket. And what are we left with? Lady Gaga and Ryan Seacrest. Because Ryan Seacrest is the one who does American Top 40 now, and it's like
I couldn't even tell you because I don't even know where they play it anymore. I mean, are there still stations? I would assume there is. I don't listen to Top 40 anymore. I really don't. Unfortunately, I'm kind of a news guy, and when I travel, that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
Is either news or talk shows or whatever.
What's happened around here is actually the New York area is actually we've gotten country stations again, and now
really,
yeah.
That's like around here. The big thing for us is now we're up to like 2 or 3 Latino stations.
Really?
That's what's changed. So which I'm sure Johnny will find at least 1 or 2 of those where he is going in Dallas.
In Dallas? I
Maybe
think you're gonna find more than one.
Okay, just
Texas, for God's sake, it's the state Mexican threw out.
That's right.
You know.
So and he already knows the language.
Yeah.
Because he has the neighbors. Well, never mind.
God, I should have him come around here.
That's for his show. But
I should Gators teaches Spanish.
Yes, I do.
I actually need that because all my neighbors are the same.
Well, he knows that they like shots. Because that's what they're shot.
Yeah.
That's what they listen to all the time. Nobody gets that, but yeah, for Johnny out there.
Gators is saying someone needs to do an angry death dedication to Casey Kasem now.
Yeah, that's true. So I could do that. I don't know if I have that much.
Somehow, I think Ian's listening because he just wrote in to me. They're all writing to me now, dude.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to work.
I'm Casey Kasem, and you're watching Blink Fuckers on A&E. Talk about tying 2 things together.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if Blink Fuckers on. That's not going to work.
I don't think that would work.
That's not going to. Well, maybe in a few years. Probably work in Japan. I think you can say bad words there. I'm not sure. Something like that.
I'm not entirely sure Blink Fuckers, because no one's fucking this Blink.
Yeah.
The other Blinks, you know.
See, that's the whole thing. That's a really fun thing. I've never used that term.
Blink, not
to it. Yeah, because I was actually talking to another guy when I was talking about doing the Dune music show at one time. I asked him. I said, are you sighted? Is what I asked him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Hey, are you a Blink? You know, I just don't think.
No, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's like white guys don't use the N-word. It's the kind of it's kind of along the same lines, I guess.
Smart white guys.
Yeah, there you go. Unless you're like that guy on that show, you just want to get your ass kicked or something like that.
Yeah, there's some less than intelligent white guys.
Yeah. Probably even closer to where Johnny's going to be, possibly.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he might find one or two of those.
But the black guys are still using it, though, which I find...
Or if you go the other direction, I think if you go over to Andrew's house from Take It or Leave It, you might hear that once in a while dropped.
Maybe.
Just maybe, yeah. Not sure, possibly, but maybe.
It's a good thing Andrew doesn't live next to one of those because he might not have a small intestine.
Just go ahead and just fix it on up the rest of the way.
Rip it out.
That's right. You know what? How about no intestine? Yeah, you just don't need anything.
Yeah, just a big empty cavity.
Yeah, that's right. You just store crap in there or something like that. That's true. So that's what we're going to have to work on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sit and see again. I don't know because again now I'm at a crossroad where I don't know what to do with this dog. So there might not be a dog, but maybe there's a cane mount for the camera.
Well, there is. They actually have. I think that's one of the things you see a lot is that the GoPro cameras. They have a rod that they're on that people kind of walk around with them, so they're filming themselves, which is kind of funny looking because there's
I don't want to see, but I'm not going to be on cam for this. For those who think I'm narcissistic, I will not appear. So
I got you.
You're just going to only see the perspective of things that I say. You'll just see it better than I do.
Oh man, this would be big fun if we can make this happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Jeez.
I'll just make sure I turn it off during certain stress relieving activities, shall we say?
That's true. I was going to say that would be a little disturbing.
Well, I'm not going to bring it in the shower with me.
Well, no. Well, you could. It's a GoPro. I mean, come on, it's waterproof.
Look, while I'm in the apartment, you're not going to see anything. There's nothing to watch either, you know?
You have to make the deal.
Yeah.
It's like here's what you can and can't see.
This is the base of operations.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to look at here. It's me sitting in a chair.
Well, the whole thing is you don't want the wet fart sounds or anything like that.
Well, that too.
We don't need that. I mean, really, if we can just pick up you walking out for the day,
you'll see me when I do go out, because remember I work from home, so.
Oh, that's true. I have to go through that. Now that'd be kind of fun. You get this behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon doing his job.
But I can't do that. I can't.
Well, that's true. You don't want to jeopardize the job.
Jeopardize my job.
Yeah.
But no, because this isn't really. I mean, this is really more about. I mean, maybe I could do some things about how the blind people use the computer and the nonsense that goes on with that. But, I mean. I don't know. See, I don't know. I got the iPhone. Maybe I could just start doing little Facebook video clips.
Well, you could. This is a thought. I think you're onto something here.
Maybe I'll just do it all like ghetto.
You know what? I tell you what. Those YouTube channels, some of those times they just take off.
Yeah, but you know what? Then I gotta. I think if I post it to my Facebook first.
Okay, that would work.
We got 160 friends there. You know.
Start small. I like the way you're thinking.
See how they react.
That's right. Test audience. There, we're gonna use key buzzwords here.
Kind of like what I did when I took the picture of myself the other day after I attempted to do my own hair.
Which I liked, by the way. I thought that was pretty cool that you had the the forethought to go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah, but I still went out looking like that.
Awesome.
That might have been.
You haven't tried a little mousse in Killian's hair yet, have you? I don't know. Or something like that.
So, considering that I didn't have carpeting before I got the dog, and now I do. What does that tell you? I can't keep up.
You can't keep up. Oh man!
I brush him with 3 different brushes, and there's still hair coming out of him in waves.
So you never thought that a vacuum cleaner would get so much exercise?
Yeah, I'm almost tempted to vacuum the dog, but that's one thing he won't stand.
Yeah, I don't know. Dogs don't like vacuums. Well, I know mine doesn't. They try to eat the vacuum or fight the vacuum or bite the vacuum.
Yours could be sucked up by the vacuum.
Well, that's true. That's why they don't like it.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to do with that crap.
I don't think he likes the noise.
I don't think any of them do.
In line, just bring the vacuum out, plug it in. Right into the crate he'll go.
Oh, man. Well, listen, coming up this week, it's going to be kind of bare. We'll see what happens. Maybe somebody will step in for Johnny on Wednesday.
Well, you got Vamp on Tuesday at 6.
Vamp on Tuesday at 6.
Take it, leave it at Thursday.
Yep.
And then Dune.
And let me tell you, Take It or Leave It has been doing a good job of going on. Now, I will tell you that there's no telling what you're going to listen to.
Yeah.
I still consider watching Rob try to keep Andrew from stabbing himself.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way we usually say it.
I can tell you right now, Killian has been immensely enjoying the show because I put it on before I go out to karaoke and leave him here.
Ah, so
cool. Killian is the canine listener of the week every week.
Wow. Listen, people out there, have a great week. Johnny, if you're still listening, you have a safe trip. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do, and if you do...
Tweet about it.
Yeah, tweet about it or something. Take care, people. We'll see you later. Whoop, hit the button. Hit the damn button. No, wrong button. There.
I'm glad that's over.
What up, dude?
Man, take care.
Boy, I know. You know what I hated most? What? Everything stuck.
I'm not back in 5 minutes. Just wait longer.
Let's blow this joint.
It's time to blast off for Dreamland. Don't go away mad. Just go away.
Let's call it a day. Everybody, go home.
Good night, lady.
See you later, alligator.
Go in peace, Cinnamore. I'm out of here.
Now, run along and play with your little toys.
Oh! It just gets worse and worse.
Please come again.
I have exorcised the demon. This house is clear.
Not.
We are leaving!
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Oi, shoot the radio.